What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to Space Engineers Survival 2025. This is episode number 6, and we're starting off in a bit of a rainstorm right now. It's very foggy and rainy. The sun is coming up over there, but you can barely see it through the fog. And just to start this episode off, we're gonna name this vehicle that we built last episode. So I asked you guys for suggestions, and one of the common ones that you guys gave was the Weevil. And a Weevil is basically a small little insect that kind of like does... I guess it does things. I don't know much about the Weevil, but I know it's small, and the reason for the name was mostly because of this kind of front-facing thing. So I think because this is a very tiny ship, it will be called the Weevil. So let's give it a quick paint job. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna go with for the Weevil. It's kind of like a brown body sort of thing with like a darker front stock thing, I guess. I'm looking at Google Images right now because I don't really know what a Weevil looks like. They're very tiny, but yeah. This is now the Weevil, and as for the seagull, what we're gonna do here, some people recommended us adding a yellow beak, because seagulls have a yellow beak. And so we will make it so. This is now the seagull with its, gray wings, its white body, and its yellow beak. It now looks like a seagull, and I think it's perfect. We're gonna be using the seagull today, by the way, in this episode, because we're gonna be attacking one of the, probably this lookout tower over there, because I think that might be an easier combat thing. But I'd like to use these two weapons on the seagull to help us in this adventure, and hopefully we can take out the weapons on board the lookout tower, or if we so decide, the frontier outpost, and collect some of the materials that are there. I think that's gonna be really helpful for moving forward. Since we're always out of steel plates, that's gonna give us a lot of steel plates that we can use. So let's start by adding a camera to this thing, because we're definitely gonna need one to zoom in with these weapons that we have. So I think I might wanna add 2 cameras, actually. Can we add them up top right here? Because that might not be a bad idea. I guess we could throw a centralized camera right there, and then I'd like to get like more cameras as like backup cameras just in case. Having some side cameras right here would be good as well. So we'll have 3 cameras in total, and then a very important thing that we need on this thing, if we're gonna be going into any sort of combat with it, is gonna be remote control, because oftentimes the big problem with combat ships like this is that the cockpit gets destroyed and you can't control it anymore. So we're gonna throw a remote control thing, which is gonna have an antenna as well as a remote control right here on the back. Also, we took some damage on the back here. We should probably fix that. So we'll do a remote control right there, and then an antenna right over here. Perfect. So let's go ahead and right click these, add these to the build planner here, and we'll get the cameras as well so that we can build everything up. And let's run over here, grab everything, and build this. So let's put everything into production that we can't build. There we go. We can see the sun now. A little bit of lightning from that storm that's now going away from us. We've got the wandering trader over there with the frontier outpost. It must be flying over it over there. On the one hand, I think the lookout tower is probably our best bet for actually taking something out and not sustaining much damage. But the frontier outpost is in a nice position in that we could like go over there and we would still be within our oxygen level for these thrusters to be relevant. So I don't know, maybe we'll go and take a look at the frontier outpost, see what that's all about, and then we'll come back over here if that's too strong and we'll deal with the lookout tower instead. Okay, let's see if this has built up the stuff that we need here. Not quite yet, but I think it's got these prioritized, so let's put it like that. I'll throw a couple steel plates in here as well because we're gonna definitely need them. Oh man, this is a crack of a thunderstorm. Okay, remote control right there. We'll get that built up here, and then we'll do the antenna. Perfect. And then we'll do this guy, which we almost can get. I bet we can get these cameras though. Let's see, yeah, only computers and steel plates, so that's not that bad. Camera, camera, and camera. It's gonna be really nice having 3 cameras instead of just 1, so that if one gets taken out, we've got the other ones to back us up. Okay, let's go get the remainder of these materials here. All components withdrawn, all right. And this is gonna become the Seagull Mark II, by the way, since we're adding all these changes here. All right, everything's successfully withdrawn, and there is our backup atmospheric thruster. Did I wanna do something here? I think probably there was a block there that got removed. All right, we've got our camera situated now on the remote control as well as the main cockpit as well. So we have our cameras we can go into. This is our right camera and there's our left camera with a little bit of a weird angle. The front one's obviously gonna be the one we want to use, but yeah, okay. We've got everything set up to name this the Mark II. Let's go ahead and fly up a little bit. So I want to unlock, I want to set off recharge, then unlock, and turn on our thrusters. I probably should have done that in a different order, but there we go. Let's call this the Mark II. So I like to do this. Now we have Seagull Mark 1 and Seagull Mark 2, so we could grab the more basic version of the Seagull, which is more just a transport, and then we can grab the Seagull Mark 2, which is more like, it has combat abilities, which I like. Okay, let's go right on our mission then, I guess. Let's go into first person here. We're gonna aim over toward the Frontier outpost over there, and we're gonna go check it out. I wanna see, oops, I turned off dampeners there. I wanna see what we're dealing with over in that direction, because we've never been out there as far as that mountain on the left there with our rover. So let's go over there. We've got plenty of power. I won't wanna go too fast. Actually, one thing I probably should do is group up my thrusters in the front. I'm gonna do that real quick, because that's always a good idea. All right, so now I have thrusters backward, which is something you guys always recommend in the comments. And what I can do is I can just turn off these thrusters, and I'll just keep going in the direction I'm going in without having to use any extra thrust. If I have dampeners on, the second I stop pressing W, it's gonna start slowing me down. But if I turn off those thrusters just in the front there, all these front thrusters, we're just gonna keep going in the direction we're going, kind of like we're hovering in that direction. And I'm gonna wanna obviously turn them back on as we get closer to this Frontier outpost, but for now, this should be fine. Distressed HQ. Yeah, that's right above us. I guess I can probably turn that off since we're not really doing anything with it for now. We'll turn it off the HUD, but we need to remember that it exists. Okay, so we're aiming. We could also go to the trade merchant over there if we want to, I guess. But let's see what we're dealing with here. We're still going forward here, but let's see what we have over there. We don't want to get any closer than probably. Actually, let's get a little higher up, and let's turn those thrusters on so we have a little more control. We don't want to get any closer than probably 2 kilometers, because otherwise some weapons on there might be able to shoot us. Yeah, so this thing is probably something we don't want to fight right now without a combat-specific vessel, because that right there on the top, that is a, it might be an artillery or it might be an assault cannon turret, I'm not sure. But it's also got interior turrets on the front right there, and it's got a second assault cannon turret on the back right there, as well as another interior turret right there. There's probably interior turrets on the bottom. This thing is armed to the teeth. We do not want to attack a Frontier outpost right now. Do I want to go to the Wandering Trader? I think it's looking at us. It kind of stopped. So you know what? Let's go there. If we're not in range of the thing down there. Let's go to the Wandering Merchant. Yeah, I think it's kind of just like stopped for us. But let's see what this thing's about. Just slightly in view of that hostile base right there. But it's fine as long as it doesn't shoot at us. I'm keeping an eye on it in the right side right there. Because if it does fire a shot, we're gonna need to do evasive maneuvers immediately. But no, it looks like it's good for now. Gonna fly around it. Don't mind us. We're friendly for now. Oh, look at that. Beautiful view of planets right there. That looks like a Europa right there, and that looks like an Earth-like or something. Very cool. I did not expect to see those. Okay, let's get over to this thing. Wandering Merchant. I want to see what this is all about. We didn't bring all of our goodies, but we can at least like lock into it or something. I don't really know how this works. Oh, it's literally just like a store, but we probably can't connect our ship to it, which is fine. We'll just leave our ship hovering here. And you know what? I'm gonna hover our ship right here, away from that ship. Away from that, so it has to shoot through the Wandering Merchant and start like a conflict before it can shoot us. Okay, let's see what you have. You have a store, and what are you selling? Some materials for the AI-enabled stuff. So we could make bots, by the way, in this series. If you guys want to make bots, we could probably do that, although they're very expensive to make. Now, he is selling prototech stuff, so that could be something we want to do. Uranium as well, that's a good thing to buy. Prototech machinery, cooling unit. What are you buying? What can we sell you? So we could always sell it some of these. Yeah, it's buying prototech stuff, MR20 rifle magazines. If we get a bunch of those, we can sell some of those to them. Yeah, not much we can do right now. Do you have anything on the other side of the ship, by the way? Because I did see, like, something over here. Oh, that's just your cockpit. Okay, I see. Okay, well, that's very cool. A little Wandering Trader. We could use that in the future for sure. Let's head on over to the... Oh, we have a security outpost over there. That's actually on the way back to... Oh, we have an ice lake! I didn't even notice this! We have an ice lake right under us. It's got some ores. One really good thing about ice lakes is it's really easy to spot ores. So we have an ore right there. You can see the gray spots right there. And then we have another ore right there. So let's go ahead and fly down here and see what those ores are, because they could be something that's very useful. We'll also check on this rock, see what we have right there. If we can find some gold or silver, those would be our primary things. With silver, we can build a... what's it called? a med station. And with gold, we can build the next set of tools, which would be very useful. Okay, let's fly out of here real quick. Take this out. I think this might be nickel. Let's see. Yeah, it's nickel. Okay. Well, let's head on down to the ice here. Yeah, putting some sort of like machine on here that can get us ice would not be a bad idea. This is not too far from our base. Now, it is very much shadowed by this mountain here, so you wouldn't want to have a solar station here, but yeah, okay. Go ahead and chill right here for a second. Take this thing out and see what we have here. What kind of ores lie below us? Magnesium, silicon, ice. More ice. Okay, magnesium is a good thing to find, though. We can use magnesium to make more weapon rounds. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Let's head a little bit closer to the security outpost where we know that there's another set of ores. All right, here are those other ores. Let's see what we have right here. We'll let this thing slow down as we come down here to check this out. And let's see. We have ice, iron, cobalt. Okay, cobalt's good. We have cobalt near our base, of course, but having iron and cobalt is good. I'm not seeing any gold or silver, but it's possible those are a little bit lower. I'll walk around here, see if any of it pops up. By the way, in the first episode comments, oh, there's nickel. You guys were commenting on how I'm very bad at actually seeing ores as I run around and drive around. Apparently there were a lot of cobalts that were popping up on the screen that I didn't notice the entire time, which is kind of funny. But yeah, okay, so we've got some basic ores over here. That's very good. What I like about this mountain here is we could actually get a shot on this space right here as we peek above this mountain here, and that might not be a bad option for assaulting this thing. We are currently within weapon range, so that's something. Let's get our camera out real quick, and we're just gonna take a peek to see what we're dealing with right here. All right, what do we have? We can actually get even closer. That's crazy. Wait, it's under this. Oh, okay. Well, we can actually get really close to this. This is like surprisingly close to a hostile base, and we're able to get this close without them being able to fire at us. Ah! Just because of the terrain. Don't mind that random scream. Okay, so that was just a normal turret, I think. Let's go into our camera here and just take a quick peek at what there is. I'm gonna fire a little bit. Okay, so there's a turret up top. How much damage did we just sustain there? What I'm worried about is this. This is the big thing I'm worried about them damaging, and they've only done one bulletproof glass, so that's fine. I think we can probably take them because we noticed there's only one turret that's able to shoot at us, and it's just at the top right there. So if we get into our camera right here, we should be able to tank those shots and just kill it, I think. So deep breaths, everybody. Let's try it. It's just at the top there. We're just gonna keep firing at it. We have more weapons than it does. Come on. There we go. Okay, it's down. There's something else there. Let's do a quick damage check. Yes, they've damaged a little bit of this stuff. We can make sure that we're repairing this stuff as we go because we're in an area that they can't shoot at us. Let's see. Our big camera right here, are you fine? Yeah, you're fine. They've done a little bit more damage over here. It's fine, though. Okay, with our ship mostly built up again, I think it's time to take another peek to see what we're dealing with. Okay, so right here, we're not being shot at. That's the one we took out. But there's more for sure, because they were shooting at us. Okay, that looks like an interior turret. I don't know exactly where it is, but I'm just gonna fire in that general direction because I think we're hitting where it is. Oh, there's another one on the side. Okay, let me go ahead and lock onto that, actually. Okay, perfect. Yeah, okay, let's take that out. This shouldn't be too hard. We're so close to it that there's not much bullet drop. And we're getting, okay, yeah, there we go. It's down, and let's see if there are any others. Nope, there are no others on this side. Okay, so let's move in as we're pretty safe. Oh, we got bullet holes in the cockpit, but it's okay. I think we've successfully taken out this base. And we didn't even take that much ammo, by the way. We only took like 5 per, or 4 even per thing. So we're moving in. I think there might be more weapons on the other side. And I don't know if I can get out of the ship, by the way, without taking damage, because some of these do have an inhibitor. This actually doesn't seem to have an inhibitor, so that is very nice. So we can actually move in on foot. Let me take out my my pistol, because some of these will have soldiers with one of the mods we have with crew enabled. So there might be a soldier in there waiting for us. I think there also might be an interior turret right there. Yeah, there is. I can actually fly up here and see if there's a soldier. There's not a soldier. Okay, unless he's out of his seat. Let's break in here. All right, ready with the weapons and weapon out. Is there anyone in here? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, no soldier in here, but we do have that weapon right there. I don't think it'll mess with us as long as we're... Okay, maybe it will. Bro. Okay, that's illegal. I didn't think you could do that. Well, let's break in up here then. We'll destroy this light armor block and we'll sneak up there and we'll just destroy the blocks over it so it can't shoot at us. Is that gonna... No, that's not gonna allow it to shoot at us. What about this? Okay, that's the block over it, so it should fall with just that. There we go, perfect. All right, we have claimed a base, and I don't think there's anything else, right? No, there's not, perfect. Okay, we claimed our first base, and it was this random security outpost. We can move our ship a little bit closer in now. And let's park it right over here, I guess. Kind of close to the inside right there. And we do have storage on this thing, so we can put as many materials as we can in here. We're gonna try and grab as much as we can. We are relatively low in the valley, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about these thrusters not being enough to carry us, which is good. Let's get this turret. Fortunately, not gonna give us any ammo. Would have been nice, but it's okay. Oh gosh, I don't know what that was about. But we're definitely gonna take these steel plates home because these are gonna allow us to build up our steel plates on our own base, which we're having trouble with. Oh Lord, they took out the wing a little bit. Well, Seagull, you actually handled yourself pretty well, honestly. You know, this is all light armor. There's no heavy armor on this thing. So, for a light armor transport ship with some weapons enabled, that's pretty good. Okay, what I'm interested in, though, is what is in this small cargo container. Let's go ahead and hack it, and let's go in there. Nothing! Oh, I'm scammed, but I'm not as scammed because the Gatling turret does have 41 Gatling ammo in there. Remember, we started with about 11, or maybe 22. I don't remember if it was 11 for each turret or just 11. But we, yeah, so 41 is going to be a big boon of stuff. An AI control module, nice. Okay, well that's probably got some goodies for us to grind down. Let's see, what's inside the AI control module? A single motor? Okay, it's not that good. It's got some computers, but yeah. Okay, Parallax hates us. That's fine. We're not exactly friends with Parallax, but let's go ahead and grind down everything that we can on this base. And yeah, so Parallax is unfortunately going to hate us a lot, but it's okay. You know what is going to be really nice though is going to be these radio components from the antenna right here. It's got 40 radio components that we can steal, and we didn't damage any of them with the gunshots, I don't think. We pretty much fired specifically at this guy, which has a lot of ammo in it, by the way, that I will happily... Where'd my ammo go? My ammo disappeared. Did it despawn my ammo? I think it might have. I'm gonna try to hack this guy to see if I hack it, maybe there's actually components inside. Let me see. If I... Can I get into the thing right here? Yes, so there actually is ammo if I hack it, but it seems like if I deconstruct it completely, those just disappear. It's very weird, but okay. I guess we now know the game, and we'll do that in the future, so we don't lose out on potential loot. That is a lot of ammo that we can now use for interior turrets or whatever we want, basically. Okay, we're probably getting close to our max capacity for these things. Maybe we can get the entire base. That would be nice, but we'll see. Conveyor junction. Ooh, very nice. A conveyor junction is a juicy target for us because we have a lot of conveyors on board our base, and we could definitely use those materials. All right, with this last block, I think we can consider this base mostly deconstructed. We're gonna leave this stuff right here because it's got this ice on it, and I think we'll leave the ice. Maybe we'll grab a little bit of it to go with us, but we shouldn't be able to grab most of it because it's gonna be very heavy. So we'll leave what is here and we'll mark it for deconstruction so that when we come back along the way, we can maybe deconstruct the rest of it and get it out of ye.
Energy low.
But you saw how this base is kind of between our home and that base right there, and it only spawned when we kind of flew by it. So that's the interesting thing, is as we fly, some of these bases will spawn in areas, and it's almost as if we're kind of just discovering them. So we didn't see them before, but then as we fly by, we're like, oh, hey, I didn't notice that was there. And it was there all along. How are you doing on fullness, by the way? Okay, you're getting full. You're almost there. Hopefully we can still take off in this thing. In fact, I think probably this is the most we want to take here. I don't want to take too much more because this ship was... Ooh, yeah. Well, it can fly, sort of, but it's just on the edge of not being able to. So let's go ahead and leave it right here for a second. Let's grab a little bit more of that ice, and we're gonna take it out because we can't handle that much ice. The ice! You can't handle the ice! So what I'm learning here is that the Seagull does need some more upward thrust, and I think we could probably find a way to do that. Maybe we'll do a Seagull remake. A Seagull Mark III will be a remake of the Seagull. Okay, we're able to fly a little bit now. We just need to be very careful because if we start going down, it's very hard to stop. So let's kind of just aim straight here, and we're gonna try and get all the way there. We only have 11 minutes of power because remember, those bottom thrusters are at full thrust pretty much all the time to keep us afloat. So that's why you might start with 30 minutes of power, but then if you fill yourself up, you'll have a lot less power than you thought you had. And it's because of that. Okay, let's get over here to home. We're gonna wanna start slowing ourselves down because we have a lot of momentum here. It's not that bad because we're aiming up a little bit. Okay, here we are approaching home and we're doing pretty well. We're gonna have to start coming down a little bit. So I'm just gonna kind of get us going very slow so I can very clearly see how fast we're going down. Because when I first started playing Space Engineers, one rite of passage for my ships is the first mining ship I ever made would always crash because you'd always fill it up and then you'd start going down a little bit too fast and then you couldn't be able to stop and you'd crash. So that would happen every single time I played this game. I would crash my first mining ship that way. So one thing I know now is if you're at capacity, you want to go very slowly down. Do not underestimate the gravity. Okay, let's come in for a landing right here, and we should be good. I may have underestimated it a little bit. You see how slowly we're kind of slowing down there? But no, we should be perfect. Okay. Come in for landing here. And we're actually bringing with us a lot of scrap metal, so that's gonna be very nice to deal with. Let's press number 8 there. Let's press number 7 to recharge, and we're good. Okay, or maybe we'll turn off our thrusters too. Why not? Press number 6 to turn those off. Nice. All right, the Seagull has sustained a couple of injuries to the wings, especially, but the Seagull did pretty well for a non-combat ship. The Seagull handled itself very, very well. In fact, we're probably gonna, at some point, make an iteration called the War Seagull or something. Make this out of like heavy armor, give it some like proper defenses and stuff, some beacons or some, what are they, decoys on the side. Call it the War Eagle. Maybe some more weapons, that'd be so funny. But anyway, we made it back. We have a lot of steel plates to work with, so I think let's use a couple of those because we wanna get a lot of this stuff actually built up. And it's more for aesthetics, but I did get an OSHA compliance report in the comments that said one of the things that was a problem is that these are too, you know, you can't be walking on rafters all the time. You could slip through. So as per our OSHA compliance report, if we want to maintain OSHA compliance, we're going to have to fill these in. So let's go ahead and do that a little bit. Starting with, let's grab some steel plates. Yoink. Starting with the ones around the ship right here. So we're going to fill in a couple of these guys using the materials that we got from that base so that we don't have to... so that we don't have to fail our OSHA compliance report every episode. Okay, I think we're gonna end up using most of the steel plates that we got from that battle, but I mean, we're pretty close to getting the entire deck right here welded, so I think that's a good step. It's gonna look a lot nicer having a little bit of our base actually welded instead of it being all these kind of half built up blocks. There we go, and we just have a couple more to our right here that we should be able to get with the last load of steel plates on here. Yeah, wow, I'm not even kidding. It took pretty much all the steel plates that we got to weld up this entire deck. But now we have a full deck here welded that can, you know, take a beating if it needs to. This is pretty good. It looks nice. I like it. All right, so the deck is welded and we have a couple more steel plates left over, 143 to be exact, from that battle. We can maybe use them right here. And then I'll put the rest probably in storage so that we can use them for whatever else we want to do. Okay, I think probably the next thing that we want to do is we want to deal with the problem that is our refineries not connecting to our assemblers. So how do we want to do this exactly? Probably the easiest way to do this is going to be to have the refineries. Let me think about it. Usually what I do is I have a container for ores, and then I have a container for ingots that comes out of the refineries. So maybe I'll do that, but I don't know where I want to put the ingots container. I think probably for that I'll need to designate an area for the assemblers. So you know what? For right now, what we'll do is we'll do something very simple. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Just for now, as a temporary solution, until we figure out where we want to put our assembler, I'm just going to do something like this. So we'll have this go that way, and then we'll have a conveyor sorter just go that way, and it's going to only allow ingots. So we'll have ores come in here, and then ingots come out there, and we'll figure out how we want to do this later, how we want to properly sort this out, because what we need is an assembler room, and in order to do that, we're gonna have to mine out a whole nother area for that, and I don't know exactly where I want to put it yet. I'm leaning toward under this. We're not gonna have it because under this we're gonna have more refineries, I think, so it's not gonna be there. I'm thinking it might be on that side, or it might be just in the middle right here, but for now we'll just do this temporary solution so that we can have the refineries working and the assembler working at the same time, and we'll sort this out later. Oh, looks like we're out of iron, actually. So you know what? We're going to do a quick little iron trip down to our iron stuff. And you know what? Maybe I will grab some iron with this guy, because this guy does pretty well at grabbing ores. So let's use this. let's use the Weevil. Recharge off, disconnect, and let's go and grab as much iron as we can with the Weevil. And what I want to do actually as well at some point is make a motorcycle version of this and call it the Weevil Knievel. I think that would be perfect. Where, by the way, is our iron? It's not there, right? Did I go off the wrong side? Oh no, it must be here. Oh yeah, okay, I went down too far. All right, the Weevil. Let's get down here and grab a little bit of iron. By the way, speaking of ship names, one of the really good names that I saw in the comments, and I forget who it's by, so I'm sorry for that, but I saw this name and I laughed, and we have to use it in the future. For the next proper mining ship we make, Armadillo. That was a perfect name, Armadillo. So next mining ship that we make is going to be probably the Armadillo, and it's probably going to be very bulky like an armadillo looks, and I think it's too perfect. We have to use it somehow. Okay, let's connect right here. And maybe? There we go. Okay, P. Let's turn on that recharge and let's let this refinery steal all those ores there. And while it's doing that, I want to check on it. I don't know that there's an easy way to do so. Check on it, check on it, check on it, check on it. I'm not gonna stop refining. Okay, let's pull this in here so it refines that stuff first. Then let's do stone following that. We'll do iron following that. And then we'll throw the silicon in here as well, I guess. Okay, there's everything for these. So there's our conveyor sorter, and then our two little conveyor tubes bringing it up to there. And then I need just the one right here. And there we go. So now we should have this, once we configure this, giving the ability to put some ingots in here. So I'll just throw ingots right there. Add that. I won't do drain all. I'll just make sure it's on a whitelist, and that should allow our assembler to pull ingots. So this is only a temporary solution. We'll eventually change this up, how this is going. One of the comments that I saw recommended that we use some modules, and I think that's not a bad idea. So let's go ahead and look at the modules that we have at our disposal. So we have a speed module. The speed module is nice because it doubles the output of the refinery, speed-wise. However, it also doubles the power usage. So if we do a speed module, we're also going to want to either increase power usage or power generation, or add some not yield modules, but power efficiency modules, which will lower the power efficiency, or will lower the power usage of this refinery. So I think speed as well as power efficiency is not a bad idea. Yield modules are kind of the what we want eventually, but they require superconductors. So that's going to require gold. I'll show you what it requires actually real quick. We go into here, superconductor. It's kind of one of the later game things. It's gold and iron. So once we find gold, we can build some superconductors. But until then, we're gonna have to rely on these. So let's go with a power efficiency module to start. We'll throw that down right there. Let's see. Can I build that with what we have currently? No, we need to build more. Oh, it requires power cells. I didn't even know that. So we'll build up the power efficiency module here, and we'll see what that does to the power efficiency of our refinery. And if it makes it so that we can get a speed module, maybe we'll do that as well. So we have a nice speed module in here. All right, there's our power efficiency module right there. So let's see how much that does. So usually this refinery uses 500 kilowatts of power or something like that. Let's see what it's done here. So it looks like the refining speed, the power efficiency is 150, which means the max required input now is 374 instead of 560. So that's pretty good. We're gonna want a second power efficiency module though if we want to get a speed module, I think, because otherwise it's going to still increase the power usage. So I think we're gonna do a power efficiency right there, and then we'll do a speed module right there, and we'll see if we can build up all of these. So right click that, and then go ahead and put those in the build planner. Let those build up. Okay. So once we have those, it'll be as if we have two refineries, I think. It'll be nice. Okay, there's our speed module. So we now have this. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. The speed module is forcing this to run at double power usage, which is unfortunately more than we can handle. So let's go ahead and turn off the speed module until we get that second power efficiency module up and running. And yeah, we're gonna have to run it like that, unfortunately. But it's okay, we almost have this second power efficiency module up. So give it a couple more seconds and we'll get there. Okay, this should be our second power efficiency module. So with this, let's turn this on. Still. No? Oh, it's fine, actually. Okay, it's fine. Let's take a look at how this is now performing. Yeah, so it's back up to 500 kilowatts. We're running at 230% refinery speed, but 224% power efficiency. So it actually seems like the second power efficiency module that we're running is maybe having more than one is better. So maybe having one, it does 50%, but maybe having more than one, it does like 60% each or something. Maybe having three, it would do even more. I don't know, but that is cool. Okay, so we now are able to refine things at double speed, which is good. That's good to see. And we will eventually build up more of these as well. And we'll probably give them the same modules. This is kind of early game module setup. Later we'll do yield modules once we can, because that'll increase the yield of all these. But for now, I think that's pretty good. All right, now that that's done, let's go ahead and address some issues that we have with our ships. So I want to address an issue that we have with this ship right here, and that is that it cannot carry the full cargo inventory of what it can capture. And I think it's not a very big problem to solve. Let's go ahead and fly up a little bit. So let's turn off recharge mode and fly up just a tiny bit. I think what we could do is we could find a place to put a couple more bottom-facing thrusters, and that would probably solve that issue. We just need to give it a little more thrust. All right, everybody, behold the Weevil Mark II. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 thrusters more pointing down, and then one less thruster pointing forward because there's only 3 instead of 4, but I think it's gonna be fine. So this is the Weevil Mark II, and hopefully it can carry its entire capacity of materials. Let's go ahead and test it out. We're gonna go down here to this stuff down here, and we're gonna try and get as much nickel as we can because I wanna clear out some of this area, but I don't wanna waste all the nickel. So let's go ahead and try this. Well, I could probably use another thruster forward, to be honest. And I can probably do that. I can probably handle getting another forward-facing thruster. So maybe we'll do that as well. All right, we should be full up on our container here, almost. We just need about 100 more, but it's fine. We're perfectly able to fly. If we aim forward, we probably won't be able to sustain ourselves. Well, actually, yeah, there we go. So we do go forward if we aim forward because we don't have enough thrusters pointing forward, but the ability to fly is not compromised by the weight, so that's really good. Having those extra thrusters is definitely a good thing to allow this ship to do a little bit of mining. It's never going to be like a primary mining ship. I mean, it is for now because we don't have another one, but it is. It's now, I think, better able to do. Oh, what did I just do? What I hit this. I think I damaged. No, how did I damage just this? That's strange. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and put this in position. I guess the helm is pretty weak. I could always replace it with something a little stronger. Oh, did I? I think I damaged my main thruster as well. Is it because the thruster extends a little bit further and its hitbox hits this? That could also be a problem. All right, there's that again. Okay, so the Weevil does still have some issues, but it's fine. Go ahead and press number 9 and then P to engage the parking brake, and perfect. Okay, that block got damaged. That's fine. You know what we could do for the Weevil? If we brought this block up 1, it'd probably have fewer problems. All right, listen. Sometimes you renovate a ship and it ends up looking a lot weirder than it did before. This is one of those times. Okay, it started when I removed the helm because I was like, the helm's too weak. It'd be nice if we had something that had a couple of bulletproof glass in it so it didn't just break randomly. So I put that there, and then when I did that, I was just like, well, okay, now let's put the battery straight up because it fits better. Well, I put the battery straight up, now we can't have that giant fan underneath, so if we don't have that giant fan, we need more. Okay, all in all, it ends up looking like this thing, which might look more like a Weevil. I don't know. I don't really know what Weevils look like, but you know what? It is what it is, and now it is. Now it exists. So anyways, yeah, that's how this monstrosity came to be. And yeah, this is the Weevil. It feels bad calling it Weevil 2.0. It might be like the Weevil 1.5 might make a little more sense. Yeah, we're going with the Weevil Mark 1.5 instead of the Mark 2, because it's like half a point downgrade in terms of looks, but I don't know. What do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of the Weevil 1.5? The beautiful Weevil 1.5. All right, there's the Weevil 1.5. It's fully built up. It's got the ejectors in there. For all intents and purposes, if you don't look at looks, it is a better ship. It does store a little bit more because it's got the cab cockpit there, which has a storage of, I think, 3,000 liters or something. Yeah, 3,000 liters in the cab cockpit. So it does store a little bit more. It's got more thrust on the sides. It's got actually less thrust in the back, but it's got a lot of light. It's got these ejectors. It's the same ship, but technically better. The only problem is it looks weird. I mean, this one might actually be the Armadillo, but no, we're gonna save that for a proper drilling ship eventually. The sun's going down, so it might be about time to end this episode, but I think we've set ourselves up pretty well. We were able to take out a base all the way over there somewhere with the Seagull, which still needs a little bit of modification to fix its wings, but yeah, the Seagull performed really, really well. We were able to come back and build up this deck right here with the steel plates that we gained. We were able to fix up this refinery setup by giving it some modules and also a connection to the rest of the grid. And we were finally able to change, I won't say upgrade, I'll say change the Weevil into this thing. So yeah, productive episode. Stay tuned for next episode where we'll be probably doing another base building episode, or maybe we'll go take out that. Not 100% sure yet. We'll figure it out along the way. Anyways, if you guys like that episode, please go ahead and hit the like button. Put your comments and your suggestions down below in the comments section. Let me know if you're enjoying this series so far, and I will see you all in the next episode of Space Engineers Survival 2025.